Hey y'all! Let's talk about design principles. These are the building blocks of great design. They're like the secret recipe that makes a space look just right. Whether you're decorating a room or creating artwork, these principles are your best friends. They help guide your choices and make everything come together beautifully. It's not about following strict rules, it's about having a toolbox of ideas to work with. These principles help you create balance, interest and harmony in your designs. They're the difference between a room that feels off and one that feels just perfect. In this guide, we'll explore these principles one by one. I'll share some easy examples and tips from my own experience. By the end, you'll have a solid understanding of how to use these principles in your own designs. So let's dive in and start creating spaces that are both beautiful and functional. Balance is all about creating a sense of equilibrium in a space. There are two main types of balance, symmetrical and asymmetrical. Symmetrical balance is like a mirror image. Imagine a living room where the sofa is in the center with identical chairs on either side. It's formal and traditional. It can make a space feel calm and orderly. Asymmetrical balance is more relaxed and modern. It's about creating balance without exact matching. For example, you might balance a large sofa on one side with a smaller chair and a tall plant on the other. The key to good balance is considering the visual weight of elements. This isn't just about size. Color, pattern, and texture all contribute to visual weight. It's about creating a sense of equilibrium that feels natural and pleasing to the eye. Contrast is what makes a design pop. It's about creating differences that catch the eye. Without contrast, a room can feel flat and boring. With it, you create excitement and interest. One of the most common is color contrast. Think of a white wall with a bold, colorful painting. But contrast isn't just about color. It can be about size, shape, texture, or even style. A smooth, modern lamp on a rustic wooden table creates contrast through both texture and style. In my designs, I love playing with texture contrast. Pairing rough and smooth textures adds depth to a space. Shape contrast is another powerful tool. Mixing curved and straight lines can create a dynamic feel in a room. Finding the right balance is what makes a design truly sing. Section 4. Emphasis and focal points. Emphasis is all about creating a focal point in your design. It's that element that catches your eye first when you enter a room. A good focal point draws attention and helps organize the space around it. It gives the eye a place to rest and can set the tone for the entire room. In a living room, the focal point might be a fireplace or a large piece of art. In a bedroom, it's often the bed. The key is to choose one main focal point and build the rest of the design around it. Size is an obvious one. A large object naturally draws the eye, but color, contrast and placement can also create emphasis. When I'm designing a space, I often start by identifying or creating a focal point. This creates a sense of purpose and direction in the design, making the whole space feel more cohesive and intentional. Section 5. Rhythm and movement in design. Rhythm in design is like rhythm in music. It's about creating a pattern of movement that leads the eye through a space. Good rhythm makes a room feel dynamic and alive. It keeps things interesting and helps tie different elements together. Repetition is the simplest form of rhythm. This could be repeating a color, shape, or pattern throughout a room. Alternation is another type, where you alternate between two or more elements. Progressive rhythm is about gradual changes. Flowing rhythm is more organic, like the curves of a winding path or the shape of a river. The key is to create a sense of movement that feels natural and pleasing to the eye. This creates a sense of cohesion without being too matchy-matchy. Section 6. Unity, bringing it all together. Unity is the principle that ties everything together. It's what makes a design feel complete and cohesive. When all elements in a space work together, you achieve unity. This doesn't mean everything has to match perfectly. Unity is about creating harmony between different elements. One way to create unity is through a consistent color scheme. Another way is through consistent style or theme. Repetition is also key to unity. This could be repeating shapes, patterns, or materials throughout a space. In my designs, I always strive for unity, but I also know the importance of variety. By balancing unity with contrast, emphasis, and rhythm, you create a space that feels cohesive but still interesting. It's about finding that sweet spot where everything feels like it belongs together, but each element still has its own personality.